Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, we will discuss about features of Oracle PLSQL. This is you can say this is second video. In this video, we will discuss get error stack, execution call stack, and error backtrace data, stop privileges escalation, and gain access management for program units. Use static expressions in place of literals. Get error stack, execution call stack, and error backtrace data. There are several questions that developers like to get answered when they are tracing code execution, or they are otherwise trying to figure out why an error occurred. How did I get here? Which sequence of subprogram invocations did the application follow to get to this point? What is the error information? What's the error code, the error message, and even maybe the error stack? An error stack occurs as an exception propagates up through the call stack. Where did the error take place, in which subprogram, and at which line in the subprogram? In earlier releases of Oracle database, you answered these questions by calling the dbms underscore utility functions. So you can see the dbms utility dot format call stack. It is used for how did I get here, format error stack, what was the error, and format error backtrace, where did the error take place. And of course you can continue to do so, but you can also use the utl call stack package, which provides information about currently executing subprograms. Although the package name sounds as though it provides information only about the execution call stack, it also offers access to the error stack and error backtrace data. Each stack contains depths, locations, and you can ask for the information at a certain depth in each of the three types of stacks made available through the package. This means that you no longer have to parse the formatted strings to find the specific information you need. One of the greatest improvements of UTL call stack over DBMS utility format call stack is that you can obtain a unit qualified name which concatenates the unit name, all lexical parents of the subprogram, and the subprogram name. This additional information is not available, however, for the error backtrace. The three ways are SQLERRM means SQL error message, the original, traditional, and oddly enough not currently recommended function to get the current error message. Not recommended because the next two options avoid a problem which you are unlikely to run into. The error stack will be truncated at 512 bytes and you might lose some error information. DBMS utility format error stack returns the error message or stack and will not truncate your string like SQLERRM will. UTL call stack API added in Oracle Database 12c, the UTL call stack package offers a comprehensive API into the execution call stack, the error stack, and the error backtrace. If you would like to explore more of the nuances between SQLERRM and DBM stability.format error stack, so you can check out live SQL scripts. So finally, here is the code from the quiz that you can copy paste into your editor to check out these alternatives. The example is in front of you. This procedure, is in front of you. This create or replace procedure to check balance. And then next example, you can see SQLERRM example, and then same example for DBMS utility. So you can see how you can use both. And in this example, you can see UTL call stack, how you can call UTL call stack. Examples are simple. You can copy paste or you can type same in your editor, and you can run and you can test. Stop privilege escalation and gain access management. Oracle database has added a small boatload of privilege and security related features to PLSQL in Oracle database 12c and beyond. These includes avoiding privilege escalation. Use the inherit any privilege to make it impossible for a lower privileged user to take advantage of a higher privileged user via an invoker rights unit. Code-based access control. Fine-tune access to database objects inside program units by granting roles to program units rather than or in addition to roles granted to schemas. When a user executes invoker rights auth ID current user on a program unit, that unit executes under the privileges of the invoker. If that unit also contains dynamic SQL, privilege escalation having the authority to do more than should be allowed is then possible. As for code-based access control, Oracle database has always offered a very robust security mechanism. Because you can access only objects you own or those to which you were granted access. Within a PLSQL program unit, you can choose the definer rights model. A user executes your code with your privileges, or the invoker rights model. A user executes your code with their privileges. However, the granularity of this mechanism operates at the schema level, making it difficult to apply the least privilege principle in some cases. With Oracle Database 12c, you can now restrict privileges as tightly as you would like, right down to the individual program unit by granting roles to program units, not just to schemas. Let's explore this feature for both definer rights and invoker rights program units. Here is an example to give you a sense of what is possible. First, create a role from a schema with the authority to do so and grant it the create table privilege. For example, create role, create table role, grant create table to create table role. Next, grant the role to the procedure. This can be done as sysdba. It can also be done from the HR schema if the role is granted to HR with the admin option. Here is the grant done as sysdba. grant create table role to procedure hr.create table. To grant from HR, execute this as sysdba. These commands you can see here. Then execute the grant from HR. You can see example is in front of you. And now you can execute the procedure and successfully create the table. But if you want to try to create the table directly, like you can see here, create table command directly, it will give you error, insufficient privileges. The only way to create a table from the HR schema is by calling this one procedure. That's a very appropriate and very targeted assignment of privileges. Now we will discuss use static expressions in place of literals. Starting with Oracle Database 12c Release 2 means 12.2. Expressions may be used in declarations where previously only literal constants were allowed. Static expressions can now be used in subtype declarations. The definition of static expressions is expanded to include all the PLSQL scalar types and a much wider range of operators. Character operands are restricted to a safe subset of the ASCII character set. Operators whose results depend on any implicit National Language Support means NLS parameter are disallowed. Expanded and generalized expressions have two primary benefits for PLSQL developers. First, programs are much more adaptable to changes in their environment. Second, programs are more compact, clearer, and substantially easier to understand and maintain. So you can see the example. It is in front of you. You can see package creation, and then you can see the variable declaration and the value assignment. So this is the static expressions in places of literals. Example, you can copy this code or you can type this code in editor and you can test it. So thank you for listening. For this video we will finish here, and then we will continue in the next video, hopefully. Please don't forget to subscribe, and again thank you for listening. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.